Hi guys, so today I have a do-it-yourself tutorial for you. And I learned how to do this a long time ago, but I recently just found the tools to do it, so I decided why not start it again, and I'll show you guys how to do it. So here are the stuff that you're gonna need. It's pretty simple, anybody can do it because there's different levels that you can do. You can do something super simple or you can do something with lots of detail, it's up to you. So these are the things that you're going to need. Okay, so the things that you're going to need are going to be a pencil, an ink pad. You can use whatever kind you want. There's tons of colors, whatever. This is the stamp. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's the stamp material that you can buy from like art stores. You can buy it online on Amazon, and it comes in sheets that are about this big or this big. So I've obviously used a bunch of this one, but that. And then this is the Speedball stamp carving set, and it is these little nibs that you use to carve out your stamps. They're all different sizes and they come with numbers. So this is like a really fine tipped one so you can get lots of detail, or they have this huge one so you can get large area. And they all just fit in the handle. Oops. And then screws back on. And then this side, you undo it, and there's a little slot that you stick the bottom part into, and you twist it. And then that's how you carve your stamp. Okay, so then you're gonna also need not wax, parchment paper, so you can draw designs on it, anything that you want. And this is a really cool trick. So say you want to do a smiley face. So you put it on there, you turn it over onto your stamp, and you rub. And it will transfer the design onto that. So you can get it so whatever you want to draw, you can put on your stamps. Some scissors to cut this stuff because it's kind of thick. And then a piece of paper to stamp your design on. Okay, so like I said earlier, you get your design. So I've actually drawn these out. I have a friend that I used to play soccer with back in the day, and she has a fashion blog. And I always see it pop up because I follow different blogs. And it's called Birdie Shoots, and I just think it's such a cute name. So when I was thinking of something to do, I was like, oh, how cute. I'll just make this and then give it to her. I thought it was such a cute little name, so I'm gonna do that. So I have it, you have to do the mirror images of it, so that's what gets a little difficult. So I wanted to put it this way, but if you think about it, when you carve it, it's going to, I want it to be Birdie Shoots. So if I put it here, it's gonna be Shoots Birdie. So you just have to figure that out a little bit, and then I transferred it on there, and then you just get started.
Okay, so the first thing that I started with was the number 1 nib. It's the smallest one, and that way you can get a lot of good detail with it. So I always start off with that one. And the tool that I actually got, I got a long time ago, so it's kind of wiggly, but that's okay. When you buy a new one, it won't be like that. So the first thing I do is I go around and I figure out which parts I want to be in and what parts I want to be like the actual stamp and stick out. And I have an example. This is one that I've already done. It's a little picture frame. You can put a cute little animal or something in there, but see, if you look at the parts that are carved out on the outside and on the inside, that's the parts that's not the stamp. And then I put little holes in the sides and stuff, and then the actual outside part is the part that the actual stamp is. So here, let me show you really quick. Oops, I didn't put enough ink on it. Hold on. Okay, that's better. So see, you see all the little dots. You see the parts that I've carved out aren't there. And there you go. So that's what I always do to start. So let's get going. Alright, so the first thing that I always do is I just go around the outside of it. So you just want to take your tool and press into it and just start carving out the little detailed lines around each of the objects. I like to spin mine around a lot because I want to make sure that I get the right angle just to do it. And then you just keep going. It can be pretty lengthy, so I try to kind of have some music on or something while I do it, because you want to make sure that you get all the details and all the fine lines, and you don't want to rush through it because you might just accidentally cut through something that you do need, and I have done that before. But even if you do, it's like fine, because it will give it character. So just keep going around, and also these things are super sharp, so if you are pushing into one side and going towards the edge, you really need to be careful, because there's plenty of times when I have just ran into my finger and it really hurts. It will slice it even. So just go around all the little details. Right now I'm just doing the feet, so. So now that I've gotten all the way around all the edges, I want to just start cutting through some of the insides that I don't want to be there. So all the parts that I don't want to actually be the stamp or show up, I'm just going to go ahead and carve away. So this, again, you kind of have to be detailed, and you have to go work slow so that you can get the right parts that you need. And like I said, it's really easy if you turn the stamp around and start moving it. That way you can get just the right angles. Alright, so once you finish one part of your stamp and you think it's all the way done, go ahead and move on to the next. If you have more than one item here, you just keep doing what you've already been doing. Just carve out the parts that you don't want and leave the parts that you do. Sometimes I will either color in on the stencil. Even if you want to use a pencil, you can, to draw on here. So sometimes I'll just color in the darker parts so I know which parts I want to stay, so that can be a little bit easier. Okay, so once you've finished getting everything out of the middle of it and all of the fine details of the design, I switch my nib to a thicker, flatter one. I'm not sure the number, but you'll see them. And then I go ahead and I start carving away parts of the stamp that I don't want to be there. All of the excess stuff that is around it, that what you don't want to show up when you push down, you start to carve it all out. So once you do that for a while, you want to make sure that you never get close enough to the bottom, because you never want to poke a hole in it. You want to leave it thick enough so that you can hold on to it, but you don't want any of it to pop up, so that when you push down the stamp and the ink and onto the paper, that other stuff will not show up. But if you do, I'll show you how to get rid of it in just a minute. Okay, so right about here is when I decide that I think I'm finished with it. So I go ahead and take a look at it, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it into the ink pad. Clear place off obviously, because it can get kind of messy. So I just want to push it down into the ink pad and then see what the design looks like, because it's always fun to see it come to life. So right here I notice that there are little marks on the paper that I don't really want to be there. So I go ahead and I get my tools back out and I just carve away all the markings. And it's really easy to find because they'll have black ink on them. So make sure that you don't wash the stamp after you do that. So you go through and just clear up any of the things that you don't want to be in the stamp. And go ahead and give it another try. Alright, so once I think I finally got it, I go ahead and press it down and check it out. Woot! So I got it right this time, just how I liked it. So there you can see. And go ahead and check the mirror images like I was talking about earlier. You just want to see that you put it on backwards, and the way that you stamp it, it will come out the right way if you do it correctly. So I will go ahead and put Kelly's stuff in the description box, and you could check her blog out. It's really actually cute, lots of cute fashion. So since I finished my birdie shoot stamp, I wanted to show you guys a few more that I've done recently. Got some skulls, you guys saw that in the beginning intro of it. I also have a dream catcher, I have the little thing, and I also want to show you guys a cool trick that I learned. Well, it's not really a trick, but if you have any little scraps that you don't want to throw away, I go ahead and carve little designs into them, and I find that they make really cute decorations on cards and stuff like that. So go ahead and save all those, because I don't really like to be wasteful. So you can make cool backgrounds and stamps, carves, and these things make great gifts. They also make great little logos for your shops and stuff, so go ahead and check it out and let me know how you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and I'm hoping to be doing a lot more do-it-yourself stuff. So until next time, I hope you guys have a really good day. Bye-bye.